I'm mighty proud to be a Phi Gamma. It truly is a lifelong brotherhood.
Phi Gamma Delta is in our DNA.
I'm proud to be a Phi Gamma because it means being in a brotherhood committed to doing the right thing.
It's given me literally my absolute best friends in this entire world.
I personally am going to be there for my brothers no matter what they need, and I know they're going to be there for me.
I'm proud to be a Phi Gamma because of its history, longevity, the founding principles.
Realizing that I'm a part of something that's bigger than just myself.
Some of the more famous people that were a part of Phi Gamma Delta, that organization really helped mold how they wanted to help their community, the country, or the world.
My life is literally unimaginable without the influence and the experience of Phi Gamma Delta.
We are Fiji's far and wide. Number one, this is true. We are Fiji's through and through.
I'm proud to be a Phi Gamma, and I will always be proud to be a Phi Gamma because it has developed so many outstanding brothers since 1848 that I aspire to be worthy of the name Phi Gamma Delta.
What drew me to Phi Gamma Delta would be the values that the fraternity has.
There are so many aspects that encompass a Fiji. You know, whether it's friendship, knowledge, service, morality, and excellence, whether it's building courageous leaders.
Phi Gamma Delta's DNA will always come right back to its values.
I am a firm believer that excellence is one of our biggest values.
The brothers in my fraternity are some of the hardest working people I've ever met.
We have one of the highest GPAs of any chapter in our schools.
For the past 15 plus years, we have won the top GPA amongst the 10 fraternities on campus.
Being a leader is not about what you can do, it's what you can help others to do.
As president, I've learned lots about leadership, including trying to always lead by example.
Being a part of Fiji has really taught me how to take initiative. I think everyone in Fiji is a leader.
I think the founders would be particularly proud of the space that we're living in right now.
The one thing that's always been true is that we've always been filled with extraordinary men. Men who both have a great character, great morality, and also have the desire to be extraordinary.
Phi Gamma Delta represents that innate desire to strive to be excellent.
Fiji is made up of a group of leaders, and where they strive to be is at the front of the field, leading the pack.
Pushing each other to the limit to, get the good grades, to over-deliver with regards to community service and help other people.
It's tough brotherhood and accountability.
My academics got better because I didn't want to let down my brothers.
Community service has been something that's always important. And after the hurricane, we didn't even wait. We mobilized in an area of our neighborhood that was less privileged.
The belief in friendship, belief in education and knowledge, and the strive to be the best we can be toward that goal of glory and to be the best that the world can offer.
In 1848, the founders at Jefferson College were all in the same academic society together. They aspired to do more than just study together. They wanted a family. That's the same thing that current undergraduates are looking for in today's chapter.
Emotionally, it was the people I needed to be around. They made me feel like family.
We have a motto, not for college days alone, and I think that really sticks true to what I've seen through the graduates.
Whether you're 18 or 19 years old or whether you're 57 like me, these are lifelong friends. It's just the most amazing feeling in the world.
And our brothers are there for us during the happiest moments and during the darkest times.
Over the years, I've just kept adding more Fiji threads to that safety net that's below me, that is my Fiji family.
Phi Gamma Delta literally opened up a world I otherwise would never have seen. First time on an airplane, I interviewed with Phi Gamma Delta to be the fraternity's 80th field secretary. Greatest honor of my life, the greatest job I've ever had. I, never having been anywhere, I was in 40 states and 5 provinces of Canada in 2 years.
It's given me all of my friends. It's made me such a better man, and I've learned so much more from the leadership experiences I've been able to take on.
If you surround yourself with people who want to succeed and be better, you find yourself kind of following those same habits and footsteps.
They force me to be my best and to come prepared and to do the right thing. And it's through this expectation of excellence that we've been able to achieve.
we hold our brothers accountable because we want them to be the best in life, to succeed. We also make sure that we are being servant leaders across our communities and that we are all being the best versions that we can be.
I want us to be known as the people who don't judge, as the men who welcome everybody. Everybody has a home, because when I joined, I felt like it was my home.
When I became a Fiji, all the things that I grew up hearing absolutely became true. That brotherhood, that bond instantly became true with my brothers today. These are definitely guys that I'm going to be friends with long after college.
It truly is a lifelong brotherhood.
We need to broaden that and bring more people in so they have that experience, because it's been so valuable for 175 years.
I came in with no one, and now I have 35 brothers that I can leave college with knowing that they're there for me and I'm there for them.
Having a good reputation for not only Fiji LSU, but the Greek life community as a whole is just very important to us. Miss Jessie, she was our former house mom. She's the sweetest lady, and just a few years ago, some of our old graduate brothers who were fortunate enough to have her as the house mom at the time were able to pay off her mortgage. She told me she almost fell back in her chair. She was very happy. It was just pure shock and relief for her having her mortgage paid off.
There's one story in particular that impacted not only me, but every member of our chapter. There was one individual who pledged that semester, and his name was Joe Camp. And Joe was a fantastic individual who was always looking out for others. Unfortunately, he didn't make the grades to be initiated that semester, but he knew he wanted to be a brother in the fraternity. And the next semester, he had the most improved GPA. And we were very happy to initiate him. And then during Thanksgiving break, he was traveling home to visit his family in Valparaiso. And on his way home, just outside of Fort Wayne, he was in a horrible auto accident, and that it didn't look good. And quite a few brothers left their family gatherings on Thanksgiving and went to the hospital. And on Thanksgiving, Joe passed away. His family was so thankful that we came and we visited. The following week, the entire chapter went up to Valparaiso to attend his funeral. They were so thankful, and they had told us, Joe was an only child. Family was important to him, and the fraternity gave him that sense of family, and it gave him that sense of belonging. And after he passed away, as we developed our relationship with Debbie and Charlie, we learned that Charlie had graduated college but had never pledged a fraternity. So then I had the distinct honor and pleasure of initiating Mr. Camp into our fraternity. It was an unreal experience. And to this day, the camps still offer scholarship funds. They still attend pig dinner events. They still attend graduate events. It didn't impact just Joe and his pledge brothers, but it was the entire chapter. I think it's given them a sense of comfort. I mean, I can't imagine losing your son on Thanksgiving Day, your only child. Know that those individuals in the Beta Sigma chapter will remember that bond and that brotherhood forever. We've helped them, but they've helped us.
Belonging is actually at the core of brotherhood itself. We believe it's an important element of the future of the fraternity.
To me, the key is finding the best and the brightest, whoever they are. It doesn't matter what group they're within, what aspect of what race, ethnicity. It's the best and the brightest on your campus.
Opening up our fraternity to the widest possible group of men who are ready to lead the fraternity into the next, 10, 20, 150 years.
I am thankful that the young men that we're recruiting now are going to have the same incredible opportunity to grow as young men and as leaders.
When we look back to the original Constitution, there are things that they did in 1848 that we are still doing. Our rituals, our customs, have evolved, but there are still things that have survived the Civil War, when we had chapters fighting against chapters, through World War I, through the Depression, through World War II, to where we are now with where we're living value-focused lives in our chapters.
I think this fraternity can survive almost anything. I believe the Phi Gamma Delta has had very strong leadership throughout its years, and currently it's still strong.
175 years ago, people These 6 men, they laid down the foundation that we all still to this day believe in. And people years and years and years, many generations, we're going to shape their lives.
Our society is one that is crying out for leaders. And the fraternity's efforts to build courageous leaders is vital to it.
I am confident that this fraternity will be successful for decades and centuries to come.
We've got a really bright future.
We always have and always will continue to have extraordinary men who achieve that in their daily lives.
These qualities that Phi Gamma Delta has taught me are things that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life, and I do not know where I would be or who I would be if it weren't for what I learned in Phi Gamma Delta.
I, without a doubt, believe that if I hadn't joined Fiji, I would not be the man that I am today.
Courage is really the willingness to change, the willingness to look at how far we've come and taking the best of those concepts, grow the fraternity, strengthen it, and prepare ourselves for the next 175 years and beyond.
It's given me all of my best friends, given me a place to make all my memories, and it's made me a better man and really prepared me for the future.
We're men of character.
I'm so thankful that some undergraduate at the University of Maine thought I was worthy of the Phi Gamma Delta experience. Phi Gamma Delta has given far more to me than I could ever possibly repay.
Is Phi Gamma Delta still relevant in today's world? My answer is that an organization that seeks to instill the values of friendship, knowledge, service, morality, and excellence isn't an organization whose time has passed. It's one that's needed now more than ever.